With the good news now to Kenya, the country of athletic champions. So it might not be a coincidence if five-time NBA champion Derek Fisher chose the country's capital to build a basketball clinic. The National Basketball Association intends to carry out a decade-long project aimed at nurturing the sport on the continent. Our correspondent Olivia Bizot was on the ground this Wednesday to see how these efforts are taking shape.
Behind me, 80 young players, 40 girls and 40 boys, are taking part in an initiative led by five-time NBA winner Derek Fisher. Now, it's part of a broader vision by NBA Africa to nurture young talent and to develop basketball on the continent. As part of that project, NBA has promised to build 1,000 courts across Africa in the next 10 years. 100 of those courts will be built here in Kenya. They've also promised to develop training programs, especially for coaches in Kigali and Nairobi.
I think the NBA is a game that is global, and Africa represents an opportunity to continue to grow the game. It's also a sport that really does, as many sports do, really brings people together.
Basketball is a multi-billion-dollar industry everywhere in the world, except where the largest talent pool exists. Around the world, sport is about 5% of the GDP of developed countries. In Africa, it's less than 0.5% of the GDP of the continent. And so once that's invested in and done the right way, it's just a matter of time before it becomes a business.
The NBA has long been looking to invest in new markets, especially as the business of sport becomes increasingly competitive. In recent years, they've bet heavily on Africa. In 2017, they set up the first basketball academy on the continent in Senegal, and they've also set up offices on all corners of the continent, from Johannesburg to Lagos to Dakar, and since November of last year, to Nairobi.